Going back to one of the picks that we talked about yesterday, Tom Homan being the border czar, which is like the greatest thing ever. There's somebody put together a medley, if you will, of Tom Homan's best moments. And it's just, God, he's going to be so good,
great.
you guys.
Oh, my God.
Check this out.
I'm Homan. You know, I wake up every morning pissed off on what this administration has done to our southern border.
I respect the chair's authority, but the chair...
Mr. Homan!
I'm a taxpayer. You work for me.
I got a message to the millions of illegal aliens that Joe Biden's releasing our country in violation of federal law. You better start packing now.
Look, you want to know why there's 50,000 people in detention? Because you have failed to secure the border. So if you want to know why this issue exists, you need to look in the mirror. You have failed American people for not securing the border and closing loopholes. If you want to release these bad guys out in the community, then we're going to go find them.
The menu that you recommended family separation.
I recommend a zero tolerance. Let me talk about a few. Last year, 137,000 criminals, 2,000 were murders, 12,000 sex offenses. We may have to double the number of agents we send in New York City because we're going to do the job without you or with you. 45,000 assaults, 62,000 drug offenses, 10,000 weapons offenses. First of all, your comments are disgusting. What I've been trying to do my 34 years serving my nation is to save lives.
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
God, he and Kristi Noem are going to kick ass. It's going to be so great. Oh, my God. And Jayapal banging her little hammer, her little commie hammer. She's just banging that. Seriously, like my grandson with his Fisher Price hammer, just banging it, you know, like, just stop it. Stop it, Jayapal, you know?
Oh, God. Everything about that montage.
Wasn't it beautiful? It warms your heart.
It really does.
Like the adults are back in charge, you know?
Mm-hmm. And not to belabor Scott.
But we're going to belabor it. We're belaboring
He also had thoughts about Tom Homan being the pick for border czar.
First of all, I think Mr. Homan is the exact right choice, and I'm glad the president has moved on that so quickly because it was such a big part of his campaign. Number two, look, there's a whole bunch of people in this country that don't need to be here. In fact, there's, I think, 1.3 million people who've already received deportation orders from federal courts. They've already had due process. They need to leave, and so there's a good place to start. There's a whole other bunch of people who are here that we know have committed violent crimes, either where they were or since they've been here. They need to be sent away as well. So there are large numbers of people that need to be taken out of this country, and I think Mr. Homan is going to be the person who's most capable of getting that done. And for those who think that this is somehow unusual, it's not. Every administration deports people. Barack Obama deported all kinds of people, lots of people, in fact. And so it's something that the executive branch can and should do when due process has occurred or when we know there are people in the country who wish harm on American citizens. This should not be controversial, and in fact, in the campaign, it wasn't. Polling repeatedly showed that people supported Trump's viewpoint on this issue.
Boom.
I don't know why this is hard.
It's not hard. It's not.
But it is. It's so hard for people like Anna Navarro.
Oh, yeah. She's butthurt about it.
Oh, my God. This did not go the way that I think she thought it would, because she's trying to basically rub our noses in the mess that we've made by hiring Trump for a second term.
Yeah.
And instead, she's convincing all of us that we made the best decision ever.
Totally.
This is from The View yesterday.
Donald Trump won the electoral vote. He won. He's going to win the House. He won the Senate. For all effects and purposes, he's got the Supreme Court. They've given him immunity. This is what the country voted for. This is, a lot of people thought that when he talked about mass deportations, he wasn't being serious. I don't know how many times he had to say it for people to realize he was being serious. If you thought he wasn't being serious, the appointment of Tom Homan today as border czar, and he will be in charge of a mass deportation program, the largest the country has ever seen, they say. And now Stephen Miller, as deputy chief of staff, should let you know that he was absolutely serious. And when you talk about mass deportations, people think, oh, it's just going to be the criminals. There's not enough criminals, aliens in the federal prison system for it to be mass deportations. What it means is grandmothers. What it means is brothers and aunts. Yep. What it means is abuelos y abuelas. It means dreamers. It means your family members. It means your colleagues. It means your friends. It means people who are part of the society. And look, America, you know, those of you who voted for Trump, this is what you wanted. This is what you voted for.
Yeah, we did. We voted for it.
Screwed around, and you're about to find out.
I didn't screw around. I did it willingly. And listen, I'm an abuela. I'm actually an abuela. If I break the law, I go to jail. So why are the others, abuelos and abuelas, why are they exempt from being deported? If they've broken the law, they've broken the law. So is there a cutoff for breaking the law now? Like, is there an age cutoff? I'm just curious. Like, because if there's an age cutoff, I'm going to start speeding on I-35, like with reckless abandon. I'm just going to start flying at like 120 miles an hour. Seriously. And I'm going to stop paying my taxes. I'm going to stop doing that too. If there's an age cutoff, I didn't realize that when you became an abuela, you could just start breaking the law.
You just get immunity. That's a new thing.
Is that
now.
a thing? That's a thing now? Okay. Because I mean, like, I'm sure all of you would feel so sorry for me if I just decided to start breaking the law now that I'm an abuela. What is that? Seriously, what is that?
This green powder, which you would think, ew, green powder, no thank you. That sounds disgusting. But it's not. This stuff is amazing. You just take a scoop of this, you put it into a glass of water or a shake, or, I mean, some people like it in milk, which I'm judging a little bit, but like however you want to take it.
Right.
This gives you all the fruits and veggies, nutrients, vitamins, and supplements that you get from fruits and veggies, all in a green powder, and it tastes delicious. This particular flavor is wild berry, and to me, it tastes like a glass of blueberry juice. So good. So good. And what's the best part about Field of Greens is that it is so... They believe in their product so much that they expect you are going to see results. Your lab results are going to change. You're going to see a benefit or your money back. So, I mean, that's some serious standing behind their product right there. And so you can get better health by simply visiting FOGCHICKS, F-O-G, chicks.com. When you use code CHICKS, you're going to get 15% off plus free shipping on your order of Field of Greens. I know you like the lemon lime.
I do. It tastes like sweet tea. So good.
So they should start listening to us when it comes to naming their flavors.
Right.
Because it's blueberry and sweet tea. That's what they should be called. But on the website, it's actually lemon lime and wild berry. So if you're looking for those flavors, check them out. fogchicks.com.
It's ridiculous. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what you look like. If you've broken the law, you've broken the law. I'm not exempt from the laws. You're not exempt from the laws. If you cross this border illegally, you have broken the freaking law. Why is that so hard for people?
I don't know, but it's starting to sink in to people that I wouldn't necessarily expect it to. One of those people being another cast member of The View, Sarah Haynes, who actually sounded almost like a conservative in this clip. I was listening to it and going, how is she? Are you just now figuring this out? This is the stuff that we have been saying for years. Here's Sarah.
Well, I think that the weaponizing of immigrants or equating immigrants to criminals was feeding off people's fears because the statistics don't support that. But there is a problem at the border, and there's been a problem for decades and decades, and every administration has come through here and no one has fixed it. It ballooned in this last administration, and that's what the people voted on, a referendum on that. Because right now, one thing I've never understood, and I actually think we'll wait to see how this looks, but either we have laws at the border or we don't. We're asking people to get in line to come into this country while incentivizing people not waiting in the line. Like we've seen things where sanctuary cities like California and Illinois, it's kind of like get to the country, like kick the can. If you get to base, though, you're going to be fine. You also have Tim Walz signed into legislation in Minnesota that allowed undocumented immigrants to receive free in-state tuition. All of these are lovely in spirit, but there are people that can't pay for food for their own families. In New York, they were giving the $500 meal cards, and obviously we want to help someone for the humane interest, but there's a lifeboat here. And I think the rage about the border was also people here that are maybe insecure, homeless at times, making ends meet, and they don't have they can't send their kid to college. That's the outrage of what I saw the voters.
Yeah, there's outrage. Yeah. And how did I didn't see it, but I would have loved to have known how Sunny responded to that. Well, I mean, I don't know.
I'm sure she was going to refute it somehow.
Well, my lot in life, I don't understand because I'm up here and you guys are down there. All those F the poor. I just cannot with these people. How do you not get that? Yeah, there's a lot of people. That's why we elected this guy, is so he would take care of the problem, because there are a lot of people who have broken the law, who have gotten into this country, and instead of, like, I don't know, showing them that, hey, you broke the law, you're criminals, we're giving them like $3,000 a month and a place to live and free everything. How is that fair to the people
when our
who pay
own
taxes?
citizens don't get the same kind of treatment? It's not fair.